Hey everyone, welcome to You Can Automate. In this session, we are going to learn about prompt engineering. If you consider any of the AI tool, the basic thing here is a prompt engineering. It works on the prompt. So before start using any of the AI tool, we need to know about prompt engineering. So let's begin with that. The first thing is, what is prompt engineering? Right, prompt engineering is kind of a art, right, art and the science of designing effective prompts to guide a behavior of the LLM. Right, it is kind of a guidance you are giving it to LLM to generate some specified prompt. We can consider it as an input to LLM with a specific instructions. So it is important to have a quality prompt, so that when you are adding a quality prompt to any of the AI, it again reflects in the output what you are getting. And if you are adding a better prompt, it will unlock lot of potential of the LLM. So LLM is trained on the lot of data, so please make sure that you are adding a quality prompt so that you'll be having a better results. So this is basic about prompt engineering. Now the next thing is, why prompt engineering is important. What are the different benefits we have in the prompt engineering? The first thing is improved accuracy. If you are adding a better prompt, the result what you are getting also will be more accurate and you'll be having better results. The second thing is enhanced creativity. If you are adding more details into a prompt, the output what you are getting will be a more creative. If you are interacting with any of the AI tool and if you are saying that provide me a more creative answers, then LLM can provide you better results by adding more creativity. And it also increase in the efficiency. So if you are adding more detailed and better prompts, the results what you are getting will be more efficient. And controlled output. So you can control the output what you want to do by using your prompt. If you are adding a very generic prompt, then the output also will be very generic. If you are adding more accurate and more concise input, then the output also will be a better output and it will be matching almost what you are looking for. And task specialization, right, you can use a prompt to have a specific task. So if you want to translate some text into some another language, or if you want to do some specific task, right, then you can easily provide in the prompt so that LLM can do a specific task. So these are the different benefits of a prompt engineering. Let's go ahead, and we have understood the benefits of a prompt engineering. Now what are the key principles of prompt engineering? The first thing is, you need to provide a clear prompt. You should be very clear what you are looking for. So ensure that prompt is clear and specific to avoid ambiguity. You should not be adding any jargons or words with a lot of ambiguity, so that it will not confuse LLM. So be specific and be clear. And the next thing is, you need to set some context to LLM, because LLM is trained on a lot of data. Before asking any questions, you need to set a context. So what task you want to do, what task you are expecting LLM to do, so that LLM can understand that task and generate relevant responses. And the third thing is, you need to provide a clear instructions to LLM, so that it will follow that instruction and provide a better results. And you can add some examples also. You are expecting this output and here are the example 1, input I'm providing and the output I'm getting this, so that LLM can follow that examples and try to generate the results accordingly. And add some constraints to it. Say for example, you want to generate some test cases by using LLM, and you say that okay, I need 5 test cases, or I need a positive test case, I need a negative test case, so that LLM can provide you results accordingly. So, and you also should know that limitations of LLM. Each LLM is designed for a specific task or a specific purpose. So you should understand what this LLM is designed for. Based on that, you should provide a prompt. So each LLM will have some limitations. And the last thing is, experiment and refine prompts based on LLM response. Every time you add some prompt and see that what result you are getting, based on that you try to refine your prompts and see that what kind of responses you are getting it. So these are the key principles we can follow while adding a prompt. And we have understood some of the principles of prompt engineering. Now we will understand what are the techniques. It is not just you add some input and you get the output. So there are some techniques also involved in the prompt engineering. The first thing is a zero shot prompting. This involves providing a prompt without any example. That means LLM is already having some data which is it got trained on, so that you can directly ask questions. Say for example, there is a calculator, right? You can ask it to do some calculation, or if you want to do some translation of some language to another language, right? This is a kind of a zero shot prompting which LLM is already trained on. The next thing is the few shot prompting. Here you are providing some examples with the input and output, and you are asking LLM to understand that input and output. Based on that, you are asking it to come up with the results. So this is the second technique, that is few shot prompting. The next thing is a chain of a thought prompting, where you break down the complex problem into a smaller and a more manageable steps. The prompt guides LLM to think step by step. Here you are not going to add all at once, so you'll be providing a step by step. So you are going to add some reasoning concepts also, and then finally you'll be getting accurate response. So now we have understood three techniques. Now we are confused like which technique to use when, right? So here they have given some examples like when to use what. The first thing is role prompting. Say that you want to generate some test cases, or you want to create some test plan out of it, right? And here you want LLM to play a role of a QA, right? Then you can set the role saying that, hey LLM, you are assume that you are playing a role of a QA, and then this is my prompt. Then in that cases, if you have those kind of scenarios, then you can go for a role prompting. You can set the role, then you can add your prompt. The second thing is a template prompt. That means that you are already having some template and you are expecting LLM to do a same thing always. Example, you want to summarize some blog, right? This is a kind of a task which you always want to do the same thing. Then you can go for a template prompt. The third thing is a prompt chaining. That means you are using multiple LLMs here. Based on LLM limitations, you are using that LLM to perform some task, and then once it gives results, based on that results, you are using that result as an input to another LLM. That we call it as a prompt chaining. So these are the three techniques. Based on our requirement, we can go and follow the required technique. Now we have understood all things about prompt engineering. So now we need to understand what are the best practices of the prompt engineering, so that we'll get an effective result. Always make sure that you start simple. Do not make complex prompts so that LLM gets confused. Start simple. Based on the response what it is giving, based on that you can add and refine your prompt. Try experimenting with a different prompt and see that how it produces a result. Based on that you can improve your prompt, and make sure that you add a clear language. Do not confuse LLM, right? You need to be very clear when you are adding a prompt, and when you are adding a prompt, always make sure that you are setting some context, and before making a conclusion of the output, make sure that you are testing it thoroughly. And when you are trying with the different prompts, make sure that you document. Gradually you will improve in your prompting technique. And while writing a prompt, make sure that you are considering the limitations. Otherwise you may end up in having a wrong results. And the last thing and very important thing is be ethical. When you are adding a prompt, make sure that you are adding a prompt with a lot of responsibility. So do not generate a harmful or a misleading content. So this is about what is the prompt, what are different techniques, what is the best practices, what are different principles of the prompt engineering. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.